you doing, Brand?
Take this off.
Brandon.
Dad, it's teamwork. Shut up. Hey everyone, and welcome to this episode of The 1-2. In this one, we're going to show you guys how to replace and adjust HID headlights. The goal here is to not make you guys look like that D-bag driving down the street.
What's D-bag?
A douchebag.
You don't want to say that. What a girl watching this.
Well, you gotta kind of...
Knucklehead would be the proper word, but that's okay.
Knucklehead. We'll call him a knucklehead. You don't want to be a knucklehead, and we're going to show you guys
Him or her.
Him or her, and we're going to show you guys how to adjust that so you're not that person. HID headlights can be expensive. If I got the recommended headlights for these, it would have been about 200 bucks. Now, these headlights are from Morimoto, and I got both of the bulbs for 50 bucks, and they're great quality. You want to have gloves whenever handling bulbs, otherwise you can damage them with the oil from your hands. Also, we need a ratchet to remove some of the exterior trim. Make sure you find out exactly what type of bulb your car has. This all depends on the make, model, year, and trim. Now, this is more of a safety measure, but you're going to want to unbolt the negative terminal or the black terminal on your car. You do this so you don't get zapped by the bulbs. This is really easy. Just a wrench, undo the bolt, and pull it off. Every car is different, and sometimes you have to remove pieces of the trim to get at the headlights.
Oh, what are you doing, Brand?
Take this off.
Brandon.
Dad, it's teamwork. Shut up. Just takes 10 seconds. This is just a little black cap that protects the headlights from the elements.
Okay, want me to, so, it should only go one way.
Yep.
You just turn it like a quarter of a turn, see? Those two clips?
Yeah.
And then it goes right back the same way. This goes back in and turns, okay? So that can stay right there. Now, whoa. Brian, do you have any idea what we're getting into?
This just looks complicated, but you just want to disconnect the plug that gives the bulb the power. On this car, we are just removing the clips that hold the back of the bulb in place.
These little silver clips.
Yeah.
There's one, you bend it in and it goes down and over a hook on both sides, and then it hinges up and the bulb comes out.
Right.
And you reverse everything, and then this is the whole world. Why are you replacing these?
Because they're starting to go out. Once the bulb clicks into place, it's the reverse order of how you took it out. Plug it in, put on the cap.
There's an O-ring like. See, you want to make sure you don't mess that up.
Reconnect the battery.
So it was. Why?
Then go ahead and give them a test.
Okay. Wow, they look brighter already. Oh my God. Shitting me? They look wicked bright.
Yeah, those are pretty bright.
Okay.
All right.
Now what?
Now we gotta see if we can adjust them. What we're looking for is this tiny little adjustment knob like this.
I have no idea what this does.
Turn it.
You can't turn it. It's hard. Wait a minute now. Let's think about this. Okay, so you only got to turn it like a micro.
That's not what they say.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
What? For this car, turning an adjustment knob counterclockwise raises the beam.
Jesus. Wait a minute now. Let's regroup here. So we did it. For now, we can always, hey.
You can always adjust it.
Yeah, you're gonna try it at night, drive it around, see how you feel. How do you know it's filming?
Because I see the red light.
Oh yeah.
And that brings us here. So we're gonna do a quick ride around the block, and we're gonna show you guys the proper height adjustment for your headlights. What you're really supposed to do is mark them off on like a wall and then pull back 25 feet and see if they go down or if they're too high, and they should be level. The thing is, we don't have 25 feet of a wall, do we?
No.
So the best thing to do is just drive around, see how they are, and we're gonna talk to you guys about what the proper adjustment height is. All right? Ready?
All right. Yeah, okay. Okay.
And off we go. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do the sign test, and we're gonna show you guys how well lit the signs should be. Now, if you guys can see, You don't want the signs to be too bright. That's a great determinant. And you see how this is just kind of coating the line of signs, but they're not completely washed out, not too bright. That's kind of the rule of thumb that you want. So you want to test the signs, you want to drive down kind of a dark street and make sure that your signs aren't too bright, not reflecting too harsh back at you. Right? Wouldn't you say so?
Yeah, yes. Yeah. At the same time, make sure you get the proper light in front of you.
Right.
Now these lights look perfect and they're giving you plenty of...
Yeah, and this is pretty much right where you guys want it. So that sign way, way, way down there you can't really see, but the signs that are in, you know, within 50 to 60 yards are pretty well lit. And that's pretty much where you want it. Now, to the right, yep. We're gonna show you guys the appropriate length when you pull up behind a parked car. So see where the headlights are kind of blasting the bottom of the car? That's pretty much where you want it. If your headlights were really high on the car and they were kind of glaring back at you, then that's a good determinant that your headlights are just too high, especially if you see them in their rear view. If you can see your headlights in somebody's rear view mirror, then they are way too high. This is a good level to have when you're adjusting your headlights. So that was this episode of Ruda's Garage. Until next time, isn't that right?
We're done. We're done.
Done for now.
We're done for now. Okay?
All right.
Was that on?
Oh yeah. See how it was blinking?
That's called a GoPro.
That's a GoPro.